Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because, wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack. Welcome to Ask Margaret from What Fresh Hell, laughing in the face of motherhood, answering your parenting dilemmas one question at a time. Today's question comes from our Facebook group. Have you ever addressed sneakiness before? I'm having some trouble with rule breaking lately, where things that are not off limits but are limited, like candy or screens, are appearing in bedrooms after the adults go to sleep. It's driving me batty, and I'd appreciate any advice. So, first of all, let me just say, same. I'm having a little bit of the same problem at my house, and here's what I think about it. I tend to be slightly overreactive to this in terms of, how could you do this? You know it is against the rules to have food or screens in your room. We don't allow food or screens in bedrooms, and so it's pretty much obvious that a wrong sneaky has been committed as soon as I see those things in the bedroom because they're not supposed to be there. And I have one sneaker who has taken to, it's not even candy, sometimes it's apples, taking 3 or 4 bites of an apple and then hiding it somewhere in the room, which is really, I mean, one thing we can say for our kids is that generally they're really, really bad at being sneaky. So, you know, you do smell a rotting apple in the room after a couple of days, and I've found them tucked, you know, inside jewelry cases, in the closet, because the mind of a small child says, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing, and I will hide my crime. And then they don't really think of the next step. What happens when the apple starts to rot? And so what I do in cases like this is I call the child, not always the same one, up, hold up the wrapper, the apple, the screen, whatever it is, and say, what is this doing here? And right away, they know that they've done wrong, right? I mean, they know they're caught. And then I restate the rule. It is not permitted to have food in your room. And then we try to head towards behavior and consequences. Can we rectify the behavior? Because otherwise there are going to be consequences. So one thing I think, especially about food, is we tend to think of this story as like, my child is deliberately defying me just because, even though they know that this is wrong. And I had an experience this week where I was laying in bed. I have been trying since the holidays to really, you know, get my eating back on track, stop with all the sugar, stop with all the junk food. And I was laying in bed watching TV, and I opened my, you know, bedside table drawer to get something out. And I found a leftover stocking full of Skittles, like a little toy size, you know, what do you call it? Stocking stuffer full of Skittles. And what did I do? I ate all of the Skittles. Why? Not to defy myself, who had set the rule of like, we're not going to do this anymore after the holidays, but because Skittles are delicious and they're really fun to eat in bed. And that's really what your kids are doing too. Screens are fun to watch in bed. I have really tried to cut down my habit of reading Twitter in bed. It's not going great because it's an enjoyable thing to do. So I think it's fine to remember that this isn't really about you. It's about a kid who wants to eat an apple while they're lying in their room reading a book. And that's not a terrible instinct, but we've just got to help reinforce the rule because it's also not okay. So I'm not saying like, well, everyone wants to do it, so let them do it. No, it's not allowed. And so have a conversation about the behavior when it happens. I found this apple in your room. Yes. Do you know that apples are not allowed upstairs? Yes. Okay, go take it downstairs. Go clean out whatever it is that the gross apple has been touching. That is your responsibility. And here's what I want you to do. If you want an apple going forward, talk to me about it. I will find you a comfy couch, a seat outside. I will find you somewhere comfortable to eat that apple. But apples are not allowed in your room. And so we are going to try to address the behavior. You want to eat whatever it is, any kind of snacks, even if it's a candy bar. Hey, if you want to have a candy bar, let's figure out where we can fit that in your nutritional schedule for the day so you don't have to sneak off with it. It's fine to eat candy bars, just not fine to eat 6 candy bars upstairs in your room. And so let's figure out how we can work those into your day so you've had it. And then here's the consequence for bringing it upstairs into your room. And that is, let's say you don't get screens tomorrow, whatever it might be. And for one of my kids who it was still happening with, we moved to, bigger consequences, and it did stop. And by bigger consequences, I just mean all day no screens. And then it will get better, and it will probably get a little worse. We have certain kids, I think, who are a little bit more prone. I was this kid to sneakiness. And if the rule says this, let me try that instead. And that's not the end of the world. And so it will probably be, the same kid is going to sneak more and more and more. But I think you just stay really consistent with your calm reaction. So it doesn't get the reaction of like, blah, 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 because then your kid is going to go, oh, A, this is kind of fun to get mom to go crazy, and B, like, whoa, it's just a candy bar. I don't know why it's the end of the world. And so calm reaction, address the behavior. Hey, if you're hungry, let's do this. Hey, if you're on screens upstairs in your room, let's make sure I'll give you an extra half an hour of screen time, but then the screens absolutely stay downstairs. So like the behavior, fix the behavior, and then move to consequences. If I find your screen upstairs again, you'll have no screens at all the next day. And I think if you stay really, really consistent with those 3 steps of calm reaction, address and find more room for the behavior, and then move to consequences, you're going to have some good results. It's working at my house. I hope that will help you at your house. And if you have questions for myself or Amy, you can send them to questions@whatfreshhellpodcast.com, or you can ask them on our Facebook group, and you may hear your question on an upcoming episode. Thanks for listening.
This is a Monday.com ad. The same Monday.com designed for every team. The same Monday.com with built-in AI, scaling your work from day one. The same Monday.com with an easy and intuitive setup. Go to Monday.com and try it for free.